Hey there UK EDCers again. Today we're going to be looking at the Manly Wasp here. I have two of these. One of these in the DigiCam, which I bought from Moonraker Knives. And the other one in just Heinnie Red, which obviously I bought from Heinnie. These are both the S90v version. You can also get 12C27 steel. Not really familiar with that one, but I hear S90V is all the rage, and for the price of these, they'll both run you about £50, depending on where you go, but it should be around that mark. I believe the 12C27's around 35, something like that. But yeah, it's definitely worth paying the extra for the S90V, from what I hear. These are from Manly in Bulgaria. Box, boom. I've already done an unboxing, but I'll just quickly go over it again. See there. Okay, so you get this thing here, your little leaflet that tells you all the shit you need to know, and then you get a little thing on the back there with a stamp. Also, you get these, which are the hex nuts. Ah, I see. So I didn't get it in this one. I'll just quickly note, this is a Gen 2, this is a Gen 3. There's also a Gen 1. I'll go over the differences and the significance of that as I go on. But it looks like in the Gen 1, I assume Gen 1 and Gen 2, you just get 2 hex keys in the box. In the Gen 3, however, this Heinnie one I also got a little cover. That thing right there, so that if you don't want to have the clip, you want to turn this into just a standard pocket knife, you can just put that metal piece on. Whereas with this one, with no clip, you'll just have an empty bit of G10, I guess. So yeah, that's something I've only just discovered again. So, the knives. Basically, these are highly popular knives. They're not really super suited to me, and I'll tell you why. Yikes, that's a strong action. If you like that kind of thing, oh, this is for you. Jesus. But yeah, it's bitey for my liking. Oh, I guess I can do it with one hand. I just cut myself. Either way, this is a very stiff action. If you like that, if you like the what's that? 1, 2, 3 safety stops before it opens, dealio, then this is definitely a good one to have. This is a very, very secure pocket knife. You're not accidentally closing that anywhere near on your fingers. I've modified the Gen 2. Mine now opens. I've obviously fucked that action right off, and now we've just got a nice easy. Which, you know, I tell you, it's not. I wouldn't call it strong, but it's not like paper. It doesn't fold shut or anything. But yeah, it will close on that, whereas this one you absolutely need to use 2 hands. But yeah, they all come like this. This is the signature Wasp. However, for £50 an S90V with G10 scales, I just couldn't help myself twice, obviously. I don't know if I'll mod this one. Maybe. Anyway, as I was talking about the generation thing, now Manly had a little bit of a problem with their Wasp.
I did a horrible job of explaining this problem, so I'll just do it again now in editing. So they had 3 generations of this knife. Basically, the way this works is the back spring is held in by 2 screws, one in the centre there, and the one that holds the clip in at the back. And basically, that screw has to go through something to hold that spring in, and that's that bit of metal you can see there, the flat bit. In the Gen 1, that was a higher bump, like a rounded bump. So when you closed your blade, it used to just flatten a part of it and blunt it. In the Gen 2, they tried to remedy that by grinding a bit off, It didn't really work too well though, so in Gen 3 they finally seem to have addressed it by adding a metal stop pin so the blade can't shut further than the ground down piece of metal.
Stop on this part of the blade, and that now, at least from what I've seen so far, I'm not going to say I haven't really run the Gen 3 that much, but that does seem to have, in the couple of times I've closed it anyway, I haven't noticed the blade flattening. And in the Gen 2 you can see, as well as my modifications, there is no bar there, it's just straight onto that. So there's that for you to consider. I was sort of hoping I could see what washers these were without taking it apart, but yeah, I think I'm out of luck. I'm going to have to quickly rip this apart on camera.
6.5 hours later.
So there's phosphor bronze on these, which yeah, I mean, again, for £50, Jesus Christ, yeah, cheers. Exactly what you're looking for. Better than expected. Scales are, of course, they're G10. Like I said in the booklet there, it says you can get wood maybe, but I haven't seen that. I'm sure it's available though. You do not, I suppose. That's just access for the screwdriver, isn't it? There's no lanyard hole on this whatsoever. So that's out of the question if you were looking for a lanyard hole. It's just one piece like that. As I said, the clip on this thing is
ambidextrous,
which is a bit of a sticking point for me all the time. So, like I said, what you do is unscrew this, remove the little panel, you can take that over and put it on the other side. It is deep carry, which is lovely to see out of the box. You don't have to order a special clip or anything. Like I said, on the Gen 3, you get the spacer if you don't even want the clip, and it is tip up only. There's nothing down here. But yeah, left or right hand, you know, bang tidy. That's exactly what I would like to see. It is a little bit shiny, and you do have that iffy Manly logo, which, I mean, just for me, that just seems a bit weird poking out your pocket just to say Manly there. So I've done another burn jobby with mine. Again, probably voided this warranty, but I obviously don't care much about that now. The liners are just your standard stainless steel affair. There's nothing special, there's no detents or anything like that. It's just a standard back spring slip joint. There is no way in hell you're opening this one-handed, even with this on. It's just not happening. So this is absolutely a two-hand only knife. Again, a lot of people really like that. A lot of people like a strong back spring, and they'd rather use two hands and do that and know that their knife is not going to bloody close on them. Like, look at that. Whereas if I do that with the modified one, you can see I've significantly weakened the spring on that. So yeah, this is a very, very strong spring, and then even then it just locks right into that second place, so you know that's not going to close on you whatsoever. Let's get that a bit more centered there. I suppose I'll do it on this one because it's just easier. The grip, I'm saying I haven't really compared the blades on these. They're exactly the fucking same. So yeah, the grip on this is, I suppose I'll use this one because it hasn't got the thing on there. It's quite nice. You've got a small raised section there just for your thumb to sit on. Maybe a very minor hotspot from the top of this. You've got a little bottom out for your finger just to sit in, or your knuckle, reverse knuckle, I guess, whatever that bit of your finger is, or hand. But yeah, and then you've got just a little bit there just to protect your finger. So if you do end up, however you fucking done it, managing to close this, it will sort of, just pinch that first before the blade touches your finger. So Manly really thought about the safety on this one. You've got a very small sharpening choil there, which is fantastic to see. Obviously, flat grind all the way. There's not a lot on the blade. You've got just your steel there. I guess this varies from knife to knife. You've got your logo, Wasp and Heinnie. Whereas on this one, the Gen 2, you've just got S90v, and then you've just got your logo there. No Wasp, or obviously this isn't a special edition, so there's no Heinnie logo either. The spring, I'll ignore this one because it's modified, but you can see it sort of comes up a little bit. You can see it just raising a little bit above the G10 scales there when it's open. And again, you can see this knife, like the back of the knife starts a little bit higher than the spring. And then if we close that, it's pretty much the same story. Goes into a very long, so it's lower than the scales here and then higher than the scales here. So, it's not a perfect, but I mean, it's £50, like, complaining about that really? At 50? Nah. I mean, mine's significantly deeper into the scales there, but then again, I've ground a lot of material off of this as well. So, yeah, there's absolutely no jimping anywhere on this knife. It's just very standard, smooth, not on the blade there or anything, or so you won't have to worry if you're fed up with jimping cutting into your fingers while you're using whatever particular knife is doing that to you. You'll have none of that with this. And centering, I mean, I got this fresh out of the box. I haven't done anything to this. I haven't even taken it apart, which is rare. Yeah, it's favouring the show side just a smidge. So not too bad. Even this one that I've modified is doing the same. Just a very, very minor. But you know, they're both fine. Again, for the money as well. I'm not really one to care about centering, but I know some people are. So, just onto the size for this thing. It's 7.4 inch, Jesus Christ, 7.4 centimeter blade length with a cutting edge of 7.2. It's got a blade thickness just here of 0.25 centimeters. And then it's a weight of 81 grams. So, although it's a pretty popular knife and a lot of people already know how big it is, I'll just chuck it up against some competition. So the standard, we got the Spyderco UK PK. A lot of people know that. It's right around the same size as that. The little mini box Sudu. That's a small knife as is, and you know, it's definitely bigger than that, I guess. And again, I always like to do locking knife markets as well, so there's a Rat 1 and a 940 Osborne. So yeah, I mean, they're never going to get much bigger than that. It's 7.6 is our limit for cutting edge length, I believe. So and I don't like it when the cutting edge goes too far beyond the well, the blade length in total goes too far beyond the legal cutting edge limit. So that's spot on for me. I'm completely happy with that. Old PC Plod can get his tape out, and I mean, they can still take off you for no reason, but it should be fine as long as you're not doing anything stupid. So yeah, I guess in summary, I can see why a lot of people like this knife. A lot of people really like this knife. I actually do really like it. I like this one. I like again, I've mentioned before on this channel, it's got to be one-handed for me. This is far too much of a spectacle in the UK for me. The whole, like, it makes a loud noise. I say a loud noise, but a louder noise than, say, just compare it with this. Just out, use it, back away again. This one, oh, you've got no chance. No, I guess, but, and then putting that away again. If you're in an environment where people aren't easily scared, or you work generally most of the time by yourself, or everyone in the building is on an understanding, or you absolutely do genuinely have a need for knives at your place of employment, or wherever you're using these, like maybe you're camping or something, or wherever it is you're using this for, fantastic. Yeah, I can really appreciate, with our laws not being able to have a lock-in knife, this is about as close as you're getting. This is an extremely aggressively strong action. This isn't going anywhere by itself. I'm sure I could launch this blade into the floor, and when I found it, it wouldn't be shut. But that's not for me. However, I like the grind and the material so much. This is a really good little slicer. I have gone ahead and done the work to make the changes to make it suit my needs. That's by no means a small task. If I got the blade and really didn't like it, I'd have just sent it back. But again, to overcome how stiff it is and just be like, okay, I'm just going to do something about that, and then this will be fine. I sort of guess just says how much I like this blade. Yeah, like it's definitely a winner for me. If you're looking for a really strong action, you don't mind two-handed, but you still want a pocket clip. So I don't know, maybe like a traditional, but you're not looking for a traditional, or you just need the pocket clip, or you want it to look a bit more modern, but still have the traditional style of operation. This is a fantastic one. You're going to be so hard pressed in the UK to get better specs for this price. S90v G10
phosphor bronze washers.
For that alone, at £50, I mean, good grief, that's a damn good deal. I mean, this in S110 was like 120, 110, something like that. So S90 for that price, that's an automatic thumbs up for me. Right, thanks for watching.